Davis. First delivery, beautiful delivery there by Anthony Dacus. B10, Wayne Davis all ends up. Ball pitch on off stump, as you can see on the replay, and go further away outside the off stump. Beautiful delivery there by Anthony Dacus. He's driving loosely outside the option through to the wicketkeeper. Good start here so far by Dacus.
A good line being bowled by Anthony Dacus. Has been the opening bowler for the Risers for the entire season in this T10 affair. Dream 11 coming to life here at Kensington.
Dacus to Davis. Davis is driving sweetly. Oh, for extra cover, one bounce into the extra cover boundary, 4-1. What a lovely shot there, Sean.
Well, went to the pitch of that, delivered the ball pitched outside the off stump, landed at front foot elegantly and efficiently, and played the ball down the ground. May call it though, to be honest, two persons outside the circle.
Dacus to Wayne Davis. Davis is getting one down the leg side. Quite wide signal by the umpire. Quite rightly signal there, Sean.
I mean, umpire told us signaling that wide though, but that was a well wide delivery from Dacus, pitched about middle and leg and moved away from the right side of the batsman. Without have seen that delivery being punched, he pitched outside the off stump. This is by Davis down the ground. He is very tenacious to bowl it in that same area.
Davis down the track, powered up, good feeling there. By the fielder there seemed to be Blake. Down the track was Wayne Davis. Hit the ball out to the man at mid-on, but excellent by Blake. Save 3 runs.
Indeed, the batsmen they cross for one at the batters. Should be Gopi. Gopi on strike.
Gopi's pulling the ball over fine leg with it there. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, into the fine leg bounce it goes. Lovely shot by Gopi. What a way to get going is Gopi.
Well, indeed, that was shot and that was dealt with. It was in no control, though. Could have gone anywhere, to be honest. Was not on top of that shot, the top half of the bat. And it went behind to the fine leg region for 1 bounce into the fence.
That ball was short. That ball was begging to be hit and was dealt with severely by Gopi.
So scoreline has moved to 10 without loss in this first over. 1 delivered to be bowled to complete the first over.
Indeed. Anthony Dacus to Gopi. Gopi is getting a slower delivery. I tell you what, Albert Gopi was in the shot very early there, Sean.
Well, to be honest, it was almost complete, though. The shot was complete before the ball reached him into his body. That was a very well slow delivery. Or so well, shall I say, he hit that ball very well as Dacus, actually, the final delivery. And the 1 over completed so far. But that delivery was a slow delivery, a bumper and a slow delivery that fooled Gopi also out.
So it's going to be Gordon Bryan. Also plays for the Jamaica defense. Very experienced player is Bryan. Wayne Davis.
Well, we know that Wayne Davis loves to free his arms up, but going up against the bowler, play the ball and have some pace with him. It's between both Davis and Bryan.
So the two fielders are deep backward square leg and third man. There's a shot, there's cuff and hit. Bryan to Davis. Davis tearing this one in front of sweet little time and Curtis. They are back for the second. Henry's giving chase. Will they think about the third? Good aggressive running by the Middlesex Titans. They are back for the third. Good looking shot there by Wayne Davis.
Angle the bat between the backward point and cover. There's a huge gap between the two, and giving the backward point some exercise to do, some running to do. Picked it up only 2 yards ahead of the boundary, ahead of the rope, inside the rope, and through the ball. In the meantime, not the quickest of the lot, to be honest. And the fielder looks to be, we'll tell you in a very short while, looks to be Henry. Herman Henry, not the quickest at all.
So 3 runs there to Davis. Is up to 8. Albert Gopi is on 4. Middlesex Titans 13 without loss. So it's going to be Bryan to Albert Gopi. Gopi is turning this one towards the onside for an easy single. The score is up to 14 without loss. We're in the second over, being bowled by Gordon Bryan.
Leg by being signaled by umpire Parchment. Had no bat on that. His intention was to turn to the fine leg region or behind square, but it went on to the pads, rushed behind for a single.
So the new batter back in strike, Wayne Davis, who's 8 from 5 deliveries. Sweet little, oh my word, Sean, that's a shot to remember. He just caressed it back with a point before. Lovely shot by Davis.
Now the fact is there's a backward point there, and also there is a third man that's there, and he actually found the gap between the two. The third one is on the boundary, not necessarily a short third man, and he found the gap just to the left of the backward point, opened the face, angling ball down in that region for 4. That was brilliant by the batter Davis.
Absolutely brilliant there by Wayne Davis. He's up to 12 from 6 deliveries. The Titans won the toss and elected to bat. 18 without loss. We're in the second over.
Well, using the pace of Bryan, though, to be honest, not necessarily attacking him going in front with a mid-off, mid-on, but actually just using the pace of Bryan, more working him on the outside or behind square.
Some adjustment in the field. Deep backward point goes on the boundary. So the bowler himself asks the skipper for a change in field. So Gordon Bryan to Davis. Davis is turning this on towards the onside. Good single. Good aggressive running so far by the Middlesex Titans, Sean.
Well, it's respect to Bryan, to be honest. He was bowled none for 7 in his first over. I call it none for 8, to be honest. 19 runs on the board between Davis and Albert Gopi. And I think, though, Davis, although a full flurry of the shoulders he can do any time of the innings, showing major respect to the bowler Bryan. He knows what Bryan can do.
Indeed, indeed. So Bryan on top of his mark to Albert Gopi. Gopi's leaving one outside. My word, sloppy bit of work there by the Jamaican young wicketkeeper. Beckford cost them 4 byes.
That's poor by Beckford, though. Has been efficient throughout the whole tournament. And you watch about that delivering. Next, though, going through the boundary for 4. Kept low, but nevertheless not the right position at all. Beckford not happy. And the fielders, the bowler, Mr. Bryan, is not happy.
Indeed. So 23 without loss. We're in the second over. Wayne Davis on 13 from 7. Gopi 4 from 4. Gopi turns this one nicely in front of square for an easy single. This is good batting so far by these two openers from the Middlesex Titans, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, they had scores earlier in that first game of 6-9 and 6-8, respectively. Titans won that match scoring 6-9. So you know that when they play again, they'll be in that region or just above maybe 70s or maybe they reach 80. You don't expect them to be swashbuckling in his first 5 overs or swashbuckling all the 10 overs to be a 110 or 111. You don't expect that score between these two teams, Titans and Risers.
Indeed. When you have batters like Damian Bryce and Ingram to bat, you want to give a team a brilliant start so they can capitalize in the middle of the innings.
Well, time will tell on that. The 2 bowlers, Dickers, none for 10 from 1. Bryan, none for 9, also from 1.
So it's going to be Dakers in his final over. He will be bowling to Albert Gopi, who's 5 from 5 deliveries. Short delivery there by Dakers. Wicketkeeper not collecting cleanly. They threw for a leg by and quite rightly signaled by the umpire. So the score is up to 25 without loss. We're in the third over, being bowled by Dakers.
I'd love to see that again, though. Umpire Teller signaling the leg by. But Beckford, not necessarily the greatest around the stumps. Look at it.
The young Anthony Dakers is playing on his homegrown here in Kensington.
Not having the greatest game, though, Beckford, just as yet, though. I mean, the game just started, but so far starting not on a positive note.
Short delivery.
And we know that he has been opening the bowling. Is for the Risers for the entire matchup, though. But in that game, he opened the bowling against Titans, and they lost that game. However, they're doing the same here today. Not saying they're losing.
Anthony Dakers driving in the inner portion of it, but down to the vacant final leg boundary, 4 runs. What an unlucky way to get for Davis.
Yeah, and that was a bit lucky. A slow delivery, though. You must point that out from Dakers. And if fooled the batter all ends up, Davis was looking for a quicker delivery to drive at that outside the off stump or through the covers, you may say. But inner half of the bat, a slower one, fooled him all the way out. Beckford behind the stumps, trying to dive to his left, could not prevent the boundary. That's 4 runs off the bat of Davis.
29 without loss. We're in the third over. No ball. Is it? Indeed. No ball signaled by the umpire, so the score is up to 30 without loss. We're in the third over, so it will be a free hit.
Although a no ball, though, that was a very good ball from Dakers. Pitched about middle and off and moved away from the right-hander Davis. If he can get
Indeed. And that's all they will get. So a good delivery there by Dakers.
I would say a good delivery, though. I mean, pitched a little bit short, though, to be honest. And the delivery before was a better delivery when he pitched about middle and off and left the batter, who did not play at that shot. No, I think that that's the line he should be putting at when he plays Davis. He's going to go bowl against Gopi now.
Gopi's pulling the ball sweetly. 4 runs. That was short. That was begging to be hit and was severely dealt with by Gopi.
He was short to Davis and shorter to Gopi. And that was dealt with in immaculate fashion of the right-hander's bat Gopi. So 4 more runs to the time.
Shot there by Gopi. That was time for protection. That ball sat up, begging to be hit severely by Gopi's up to 9 from 7 deliveries. 35 without loss, 2.5 overs. Anthony Dakers none for 20. Final delivery in his spell. Driving over third man, edge front, but the ball ballooned over third man, and 4 more runs to the Middlesex Titan. Gopi is up to, I reckon, 13. The score is up to 39 without loss here, Sean.
He was not to the pitch of that delivery, though. He was trying to drive on the outside. Hit the outer half of the bat, peeled off the outer half of the bat. Wouldn't say hit, but peeled off the outer half of the bat, going over the man at a short third man region. That in itself is a 4. Innocuous 4, nevertheless 4 runs that's needed. This by the team called the Titans, searching for their first victory over the Risers, as they met once before, and it was the Risers who came out. It was the Titans actually who came out on top. Searching for their second victory, I should say.
Wayne Davis not out 18 from 11 deliveries. Albert Gopi not out 13 from 8 deliveries. So 39 without loss here at Kensington Oval. So we're going to see a change of bowling. The man who plays for the police team is also a police officer, Mario Davis. He will be bowling to Wayne Davis.
So Davis to Davis.
I wonder
Are
if they
they
are
brothers? I'm going to ask you, though, because you know everyone. Are they brothers?
family. I'm not sure. I'm not sure they are families, so to speak. So Davis to Davis. That's Wayne Davis. He'll be facing up to Mario Davis. Driving the umpire. Short third man for an easy single.
Myra Davis was confident in that appeal that was running out the wicket of the Davis, but that was not the case at all. Wayne Davis now moving to the non-striker's end.
He was trying to fool the umpire there.
That was close, though, to be honest.
Indeed. Gopi's driving down to long off for an easy single. That's all they will get. The score is up to 41 without loss. We're in over number 4. Wayne Davis is up to 19 from 12 deliveries. Albert Gopi is 14 from 9. Pulling out to the backward square leg for 1. 42 without loss.
A bit short with that delivery, though. But nevertheless, Davis was there to pull for a single. Could have easily pulled in front of square. We said went behind. Umpire. Tola was there to make sure everything was okay.
Gopi force this one out to the onside for the easy single. This is experienced cricket shown by Albert Gopi so far.
Well, there's no mid-wicket touches, so there's a huge gap right there that can play ones and twos, depending on how soft your hands are on the bat, because you can play to the fence and run 2 or even run. But there's no mid-wicket in that region, so there's a huge gap.
Wayne Davis is bowled by Mario Davis for 20. So the Middlesex Titans have lost their first wicket at 43. So the very first over been bowled by Mario Davis. He strikes.
So the first wicket going back to that delivery. As you look back on the delivery by Mario Davis. Davis to Davis. Going back, trying to find room to punch him on the offside. Missed all ends up. Going into the stumps, off and mid. And that is the first wicket to go down. The Titans losing their first at 43 runs on the board. We're in the over 4. One delivered to be bowled to complete the 4th over.
Good first over so far by Mario Davis. Just conceded the 4 runs. An important wicket of Wayne Davis.
I mean, all wickets are important at this time, though, but you're absolutely correct, though, in terms of Davis, how he has been going. And so far, with one delivery to be bowled, Davis has taken 1 for 4 from his first over. Gone Bryan, none for 9 from 1, and Dakers, none for 24. Has been expensive, though. Dakers, none for 24 from his first.
And the new batsman is Ronaldo Ingram. He's from St. Ann. Plays for the St. Ann Cricket Association. Very talented young cricketer is Ingram. Remember, Ingram scored 100 against Kingston in that crucial semi-finals at the Noranda backside in St. Ann. Davis to Ingram. He's getting one down the leg side. And wide signal by the umpire, and quite rightly so there, Sean.
Well, the appeal was to throw off umpire, Parchment, but there's nothing to appeal for. There's nothing to make noise for. But that was a wide signaled by Parchment, the umpire.
Davis to Ingram. Ingram is driving back to the bowler who feels and there is no run. So at the end of the 4th over, after winning the toss, the Middlesex Titans and elected to bat, are 44 for the loss of 1. Albert Gopi is on 15 from 10. And Ronaldo Ingram yet to score.
So let's look back at the bowling figures, though, as we make a slight correction regarding Dakers. 25 overs, I think of 25 runs, I think of 2 overs. And Herman Henry, the man from the eastern end of the island, from Portland, is a new bowler coming in. H&H.
Had a good game the last game. Made 46 runs and picked up 2 vital wickets for the Risers. This one is stroked back to Henry, who fields, and there is no run. A very good start here by Henry, starting with a dot delivery to the informed Albert Gopi.
Don't inform you are. It's 15 from 11.
Gopi's wrapped in a pot of loud appeal. The ball trickles down to the vacant third man region there, thinking about the second. Not on. The score is up to 45 for the loss of one. We are in over number 5.
You see my face, though, to be honest, not the greatest face to look at right now, but the fact is that I thought that was pretty close. So there was appeal by Herman Henry to umpire Tuller for leg before, but he looked around, umpire Tuller said no right away. But I thought in my mind that was pretty close. Not saying that he was out, but it was close.
Indeed. Henry to Ingram. Ingram is tearing this one down to third man for one. That's all they will get. Good work by the fielder in the deep. Seemed to be Mark Campbell. 46 for the loss of one. Ingram 1 from 2. Gopi is 15 from 12. Good delivery by Henry. Henry continues to bowl pretty well here in this Gym 11 T10 competition.
Well, he has been bowling extremely well, though. I mean, I saw him a few weeks ago in Portland, and I don't know why you're laughing, though. Some stumps flew at the time. But you said the experienced campaigner, whether experienced or not, he does know what to do, when to do, where to do it.
Driving is Ingram out to cover. The captain is in the way. And there is no run. Captain Akeem Fraser, captain in the team since the last 3 games when skipper Ramalu suffered an injury to his shoulder. Good delivery, stroking out to cover. There's an easy single. This is good top class bowling by Ernie. His first over just went for 3 runs.
Well, guess what? The fact of the matter is rolling his hands over the ball, slow delivery from Henry can pitch it up somewhat. If you use your gun that you say that you have, that would have been 75 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, what you said that you have. I don't know if that's the case at all. But the fact is, experience telling on the day, knows when to use a slow ball, when not, where to pitch, when not. So it will be Davis to continue. As you see, Dacre's bowling the 2 overs for 24 runs. That's what I wanted to make sure. So the only bowler to bowl 2 overs, and is Dacre's bowling 2 overs, but Davis now bowling his second over. So Mario Davis bowling his second over, dot delivery to start the proceedings to Ingram. Down the ground, the long on fielder goes coming forward off the ropes. 1 run there, thought of a second. It's not on, as Gopi was in no mood to run any at all.
Good show there by Mark Campbell. Right over the stump to Mario Davis.
Coming down the ground, though, the long fielder going to his left. They go through for 1. They could come back for the second. And they're coming back for the second. And the fielder down in the deep. That's Lewin, Nicholas Lewin.
Good.
So 2 more runs to the total.
Good work there by Lewin, covering some ground to his left.
Davis once again, his second and final over. Oh, swing on the leg side. They go through for 1, looking at umpire Parchment. Leg by.
Body line delivered there by Mario Davis. Bowling pretty well so far, Sean.
Yes, he is. That's 8 runs coming off 10 deliveries so far. Down the ground, the long on fielder is there on the bounce he collects. And they thought of a second. But Beckford, the wicketkeeper, covering well, darting to his left. So 1 more run to the tally. Gopi will be facing up to the bowling of the final delivery of the 6th over. And his spell coming to an end. That's Davis. Quicker delivery, hitting the inner half of the bat, going to the square leg region. They go through for 1. The call is for a second. It's not on. And the throw right over the stumps. Beckford collects eventually. Has been sloppy somewhat in the field. This for the risers.
Excellent spell by Mario Davis. 2 overs going for 10 runs. An important wicket.
Indeed, 54 for 1, Gopi on 19, Ingram on 4. And you see Davis finishing off his bowling figures. A new bowler coming in is Walters. Justin Walters has 4 bowlers used. This is now the 5th.
So
now looking at the field though, there's a backward point, a sweeper and an extra cover. There's also a long off and long on and a square leg and a short fine leg. It's a third man. Oh, beaten outside the off stump though, kept pretty low. That delivery, the first is by Walters. A slash, this by Gopi.
this Justin Walters is a pretty decent young enough bowler. I saw him play in the previous games before and bowl pretty well.
Gopi telling himself what he should have done. Has some pace though, Walters. In his first over, the Risers searching for another victory. Oh, ball played down the ground and it's through the hands of the long off fielder. Oh my word. That's Dacres feeling in that position. Went right through both palms and for 6.
I tell you what, that ball nearly took him out there.
Well, hits with some venom, but that was a catch that he had.
In this level of the cricket, that catch should be easily taken by Dacres. This is poor at this level.
Well, at any level you may call it. Once again, Walters, short outside the off stump, dragged on the next side. The fine leg, short fine leg is there. And preventing a second because the batters have gone through for 1.
So 61 for the loss of 1. Albert Gopi up to 26 from 19 deliveries. Ronaldo Ingram 4 from 7. We're halfway in over number 7.
Down the ground, no opportunity for a catch because that's gone off the bat of Ingram. A full toss by Walters, dispatched by Ingram over the long on fielders looking like a pedestrian.
That's an easy shot for Ronaldo Ingram. The type of form Ingram is in, that's easy pickings for Ingram.
And the match referee coming back out with the box because that ball is gone. Hit hard, hit long, and dispatched by Ingram. 6 runs to the tally. The Middlesex Titans searching for another victory over the Risers. However, they have 2 wins so far in this tournament. So too the Risers having 2 wins in this tournament. However, the Risers, they're in 3rd, and the Titans, they're 5th. They could jump up the scale with a victory here and move into 3rd place.
Indeed. The Middlesex Titans will be looking to scoring over 100 runs here.
Why not? We're in the 7th over. Ingram, the face up to Walters once again. Long on, long off, back with a point, sweep on the boundary, extra cover. Straying somewhat, beaten outside the off stump, looking down the umpire. A dot delivery by Walters, a better delivery that was. One he previously bowled earlier on.
I think Ingram trying to hit that ball too hard there, Sean.
Well, he did just that in that previous delivery. Not necessarily too hard, but he was ferociously hit. It's Walters once again. Oh, tried to drive down the ground, collected by wicketkeeper Beckford. Signals the end of the 7th over. Titans, after winning the toss and electing to bat, they're 6-7 for 1. Gopi is on 26, and Ingram is with him on 10.
Indeed, Ingram just looking straight down the wicket. Foot planted straight down the wicket. That ball should have certainly gone straight over mid-off for 6.
Well, that was his intention, though. Look at the bowling figures. 5 bowlers used so far, 2 for 2 overs for Dakers for 24 runs, but a successful bowler is Mario Davis, completing his 2, 1 for 10. Other bowlers Hughes Henry were none for 3, and Walters none for 13, and Bryan none for 9.
So 67 for the loss of 1.
So the new bowler, looks like he's on the skipper.
Fraser.
So Fraser is a new bowler. Captain Fraser, you may say, for the Risers team. So looking, there's a man deep behind square. Outside the off stump, that first delivery from Fraser. Swiping at that delivery was Gopi.
One thing Akeem Fraser brought to this Surrey Risers team is experience. He's an experienced campaigner. He's Fraser.
Oh, taking the upper half of the bat. The fielder comes around and takes a catch. Brilliantly done behind square. And the wicket of Gopi goes back to the pavilion for 26. And Dakers taking the catch, moving to his right. And the second wicket to go down, the Titans with a score on 67 runs.
Excellent catch there by Dakers. Have to move about 15, 20 meters to his right and took a well-judged catch. Good catch there on the part of Dakers.
So Gopi goes, and it looks like Bryce coming in. This is the 8th over, 7.2 to be exact. So Bryce, a new batter, coming in. So 7 overs bowled so far. Akeem Fraser bowling the 8th over of the innings. And Fraser, the other successful bowler. And the new batter coming in is Damian Bryce. He'll be facing up, left, facing up to Fraser. Going back and slashing the third man region. They go through for 1. One is all there. Get a short third man moving to his left. Can't prevent the single. 1 more run to the tally. Bryce is off the mark. The first delivery he has faced.
Very good start here by skipper Akeem Fraser.
Left and right combination for the Titans. Punching only to find extra cover. That is Ingram, who is on 10 from 10 deliveries. 11 deliveries faced. 6 to 8 for 2. Ball was swung to the deep mid-wicket region. The fielder comes around to his left, and they're going off for the second. The throw, the non-striker's end, and he's gone. Bryce is gone. So says umpire Parchment, and he has to go. The dreaded finger goes up. The fielder in the deep moved to his left. The throw was right to Fraser, and the fielder I'm telling you about is Justin Walters with that throw to Fraser that took off the bails. And the new batter who came in, Damian Bryce, has to go back. He's run out for 1.
Good work by the fielder in the deep, but I would like to see that on the replay here, Sean.
We're looking at it. From the angle, though, you can't see it there. That was close, though, to be honest. That was very close. But not me, not the cameraman, but the umpire was the closest to make that decision. And Rashid Raymond is a new batter, replacing Bryce. We're looking back again. And the throw. That was close. That was very, very close. Wow. An umpire Parchment, it was the closest. So I'm going with umpire Parchment. 6 to 9 for 3. Fraser. Ingram edging down to the third man boundary. It will roll into the boundary for 4. 4 runs off the bat of Ingram in a knockers manner, you may call it. But nevertheless, 4 runs to the tally and 4 runs to Ingram.
Indeed. That ball was outside the off stump. That ball was wide. Easy pickings there for Ingram.
73 for 3 at the end of the 8th over. 2 overs to go for the Titans to increase their tally. And a signal now made by the umpire. It's a power play signaled by umpire Tuller. The batting power play. So when the teams met earlier in the competition, Surrey Risers, they made 68. While Middlesex, they won with making 69 for 4. So the new bowler,
Gordon Bryan.
Gordon Bryan, his second over. Raymond will be facing up though. Rashid Raymond has yet to face a delivery so far in this innings. With a light breeze blowing over the Kensington ground, what is Dream 11, Jamaica T10. Bryan will be bowling to the new batter Raymond. Driving beautifully. The boundary for 4, that was efficient. Beautiful by the man, Raymond. 4 runs off the bat. 4 runs to the tally. He's off the mark with a 4. It's 77 runs on the cards for the Surrey Risers.
Definitely brilliant shot there by Raymond.
For the Titans, pardon me.
Seemed to me Raymond was batting from last week. That was sweetly timed. Rested nicely through the covers.
But he planted his front foot. That was all on the ground here at Kensington. Once again, coming down the track. Oh, that was a better delivery there.
Good comeback delivery there by Gordon Bryan.
So he saw the batter coming down the track. That's Raymond. And dropped just a bit short, though, Yorker length. So there is a backward point. Short third man. Let's square leg. Also straying up. Signal now made by umpire Tuller. Wanted the clipping wide of the fine leg fielder. That was his intention. But straying somewhat on the leg side was Bryan.
In this game, Bryan not at his A game.
Well, A, B, or C is at the game. 78 for 3. Into the pads once again. He goes by the dive in Beckford. Will go into the boundary for 4. The dead ball signaled. Did not play at that shot, at that delivery. So a dead ball. No runs at all. Came across with his pads, but made no effort to play at it. So dead ball signaled by umpire Tuller. Scoreline stands at 78 for 3.
So the 2 fielders out in the power play. Extra cover on long on.
Raymond once again facing up to Bryan. Down the ground, but the fielder at mid-off is there. And a no ball signal by umpire Tuller. And a free hit.
I tell you what, Sean, that ball timed perfectly well. Left or right of the middle fielder, it was 4 written all over it.
Oh, my word. Well, this is a free hit. Extra run, 79 for 3. Raymond still on 4, though. What will Bryan do with this delivery? Down the ground, the fielder at mid-off going, but there is a long on fielder. To his left, the batter, they go through for 1. And 1 is all they get, so 1 run off that free hit.
Poor running by the Middlesex Titan. Henry have to move 10 meters to his left to do the fielding, and they just run a single. That is 4 running by the Middlesex Titans.
Well, the long on fielder was there, so, and bobbed it somewhat. And before it threw it, he could have easily gone for a second. That's Henry, not the quickest of the lot.
Indeed.
Ingram. Down the ground, on the offside, they go through for 1. An extra cover fielder, the captain in that position. And it came off the outer half of the bat. Took it sweet time, though. Score was moving over to 81 for 3.
Ingram is up to 16 from 14. And Rashid Raymond 5 from 4.
So I think what they made in that first game That 69 has been overhauled somewhat. Raymond. Oh, the intention was to play on the onside, but that's a Yorker length delivery from Brian. And to close out the 9th over, a dot delivery of that final delivery of the 9th over, bowled by Brian.
And spell has come to an end. None for 17 from his 2 overs.
We're just checking it. We're checking it to see if so the dead ball is actually counted. Dead ball counted a dot ball. So dead ball as a dot ball all played on the next side. They go through for 1. They're coming back for the second. Henry's there. Can he? No, the throw at the non-striker's end. They thought of a third as the final over gets on the way. There's a little bit of discussion going on. The dead ball really a dot ball, so that's fooled everyone.
Indeed, it had fooled everyone.
So a lot of persons don't know that, though. Henry, on to the right side. The ball played down the ground. The fielder moves to his left, collecting on the bounce. And the throw to the non-striker's end, collected by Henry. The long off fielder is moving to his left. And 1 run to the tally.
Good last over so far, bowled by Herman Henry.
Raymond facing up, going down the track while playing. Can't beat extra cover. So can it be the extra cover fielder? That's the captain, Fraser.
One thing for sure, I like the way Akeem Fraser is marshalling his troops out there.
Yes, he is. Henry once again. Short. Extra cover moving to his right once again. The captain, Fraser. Another single. That was a short delivery from Henry. Had to stretch for that and play the ball to the extra cover fielder.
Good over so far by Henry and good spell so far. In his second over, none for 7.
85 for 3. Ingram on 19. Raymond. Raymond facing up. Oh, he's bowled him. Henry, the bowler. Raymond, the batter. Raymond goes of the bowling of Henry. And the 4th wicket to go down. The Titans, after winning the toss and electing to bat, they're 86 for 4.
Herman Henry continues to do well with the cricket ball in his hands. In this game so far, 1 wicket for 8 runs, 1.4 overs. Brilliant bowling performance so far by Herman Henry.
So the new batter coming in is Pottinger. Pottinger is a new batter coming in and replacing Raymond. So Pottinger will be facing up. 86 for 4. The Titans.
So the final delivery of the innings coming up from Herman Henry. Figures of 1 for 8, 1.5 overs. Beautiful spell of bowling so far by Henry.
So a lot of persons having the discussion about the dead ball being signaled by. So when they say dead ball to the batter, it's still a ball. It's a dot delivery. The ball was swung on the next side. There's no mid wicket. They go through for 1. DB is there. They're coming back for the second. The throw to Beckford. And he takes all the bails. Is he out? Is he not? Tuller? Yes, umpire Tuller's hand goes up. So there's one run to close all the innings. On the second run, the fielder was run out, Pottinger. But nevertheless, they completed one run.
Good feeling again by Walters. Excellent feeling in the deep. And a sense of decent enough return to run out Passenger.
87 for 4. That should be the final score. We're going to tally it and tell you in a very short while. So So Beckford has opened the innings at about 98% of the times we have seen the Risers bat.
Last game, young Beckford play, he made 54. Scored the second century of the competition so far.
Wasn't in a convincing manner, though, to be honest, but it made the runs when it mattered the most. But the fact is, it's going to need that 54 today for the Risers, who actually played the Titans before and lost to the Titans in that their first match of this tournament.
Indeed. Bowling is going to be Chisholm. He will be bowling to Lowen. Sunrisers need 88 from 60 deliveries here at Kensington Oval.
Well, the Sun all out in his glory, though. You can't ask for more when he comes on to the game of cricket. Here at Kensington Park in Kingston, Jamaica. Dream 11 taking center stage from Sabina Park to Kensington Park.
So the field for Lewin. Long on is on the boundary. So there's cover, there's an extra cover. There's a point. There's a short third man. There's a square leg, and there's the man at deep mid wicket. Played for Jamaica, the under 15, under 17. Was invited to the West Indies under 19 camp. So he's a very good. Lewin is playing back along out through, I reckon, short cover. There is no run. Very good start here by Jermaine Chisholm.
Well, indeed, defensively, that's measuring the wicket at the present time. Lewin, as you mentioned before, can hit the ball, can swing the willow. But a cautious open from this man, right-hand batsman.
Chisholm to Lewin. Lewin is back driving this ball to the bowler who fields. And there is no run. The score, there's no run on the board.
Good line by Chisholm. Lewin, Beckford, as he stated before, half century under his belt.
Short delivery outside. There was some wide signal by the umpire. And a sloppy bit of work there by the wicketkeeper.
But that looks to be like it is
Damien Bryce. Wide delivery there by Chisholm. Jermaine Chisholm took most wicket in the Jamaica Cricket Association 50 over competition last year. So he's a bit experienced, enjoys cricket. So the new batter in Beckford made 54 in his last innings at Sabina Park for the Risers. The Risers would need that 54 today. But of course, the Middlesex Titans will be open elsewhere. So Jermaine Chisholm to Beckford. Good delivery, Yorker length delivery there by Chisholm, and well played in the end by Beckford. So Surrey Risers need a further 85 runs from 57 legal deliveries. Chisholm to Beckford. Beckford is getting a ball in the inner portion of the bat. Chitters down to fine leg. Now fine leg goes there and they are back for the second. The big Christopher Lamont chase, but couldn't prevent a second run to Beckford.
Well, Beckford was feeling for that delivery more so than anything else. He did not play at it I mean, stomped his bat in front of it. The inner half of the bat went down to the fine leg region. But was not in control, as we've seen from this left-hander.
Indeed. So Chisholm to Beckford. Driving over extra cover all the way for 6. Big shot there by Daniel Beckford. That was sweetly timed there, Sean, and caressed it nicely over extra cover for 6. Big shot there by Beckford.
That's a beautiful shot by Beckford. Though you asked a question earlier on about him making the half century. Will he carry that into this game? And that he's doing. That shot was of confidence more so than anything else. Well timed, well executed, but confidence all over with that shot, with the execution.
Sweetly timed by Beckford. Chisholm, what's really the response? He's short, pulling, top edge found down to the fine leg boundary, 4 more runs. Short delivery. Beckford saw it pull, the top edge found and down to the vacant fine leg boundary for 4 more runs. So at the end of the first over, the score is 10 without loss here at Kensington Oval.
So 14 without loss at the end of the first over. 6 and a 4 before that. You had 2 twos.
The new bowler, Christopher Lamont, leading wicket taker in the competition so far with 9 wickets. I tell you what, 4 players are locked on 9 wickets apiece in this Dream 11 competition.
Well, things may change today, though. It's a strong possibility. Lamont has been bowling excellently. I mean, I think there's one bad spell I've seen from him. But apart from that, he has held his own somewhat.
So Kari Campbell also on 9. Abhijay Mansingh is also on 9. And Pete Salmon is also on 9. So he'll be looking to better his tally today is Christopher Lamont.
We're going on the back foot, though, with that delivery. Quick delivery being hold by Lamont on the back foot, playing the vacant fielder that's there. But wide of him, now he's been moved because the left face.
So the field for Daniel Beckford. Long on going back. Deep mid wickets goes back. Extra cover. Mid off coming inside the circle. So there's a ring on the offside for Beckford. So it's going to be Christopher Lamont to Beckford. So the extra cover coming inside the circle. So as we mentioned before, there's a ring on the offside for the informed Beckford, who is 12 from 4 deliveries. Lowen 1 from 3, 15 without loss here at Kensington. He's sweeping this one straight to the man at square leg, and there is no run. Score remains at 15 without loss. We are in over number 2, being bowled by Christopher.
So trying to use the pace of that delivery. Fielder is waiting somewhat in his wings.
Beckford swift on to mid-wicket, all the way for 6 into the player's area. Big shot here by Beckford.
Well, I told you before, the confidence is oozing out, and it doesn't matter if the fielder is there, is going after his shot. Nevertheless, he believes he can cover all the ground, all the boundaries here, aerially, and certainly.
Indeed, he's showing. Big shot there by Daniel Beckford. He's up to praise. Ball! Beautiful experience. Christopher Lamont, and he gets another wicket to his tally. He's up to 10.
But we told you before, though, although all 4 competitors, all 4 players were tied on 9 wickets, before the end of the day, it would be the same. Lamont has been successful throughout the tournament. I've seen just one bad spell from him, and that was a brute of a delivery from Lamont, spinning into the left-hander, and could not control, hit the stumps, rocked back, and that his 10th wicket of this competition and the first of this matchup.
Indeed, brilliant delivery there. Young Beckford forcing another drive. That ball wasn't there for the drive and loses off knockback to a beauty of a delivery there by Christopher Lamont.
Herman Henry is a new batter coming in, but that was a beautiful delivery, though I do agree with you wholeheartedly. But Herman Henry is a new batter. You speak about him, or you spoke about him. Man who's famous in the eastern end of the island, Portland to be exact. He was be doing it to.
One thing for sure, I won't stop saying experience. He's an experienced anyway.
I'm also suited for T10 and T20.
So Lamont in his first over picking up the prize wicket of Beckford. Beautiful delivery there to wicketkeeper who didn't.
That's what, to be honest, a great forward beating out batter just in that delivery.
Out to punch out now for a single. No singling, excellent work by the man at point prevent a single. So at the end of the second over, the Surrey Risers are 21 for the loss of 1.
Well, Lamont is pushing through his deliveries, though, not flighting them at all, any at all, realizing this is a different field than at Sabina Park. But the fact of the matter is pushing them through, got 1 wicket in Beckford, but even the new batter coming in, Herman Henry, with a lot of experience under his belt, has been very watchful for the deliveries from Lamont.
Indeed, my second. Andel Gardner will be the man. He will be bowling to Lewin.
Well, Gordon has a lot of pace. We have spoken about him many a times in this T10 affair, and Dream 11, that banner been utilized. But the fact is, although with some pace, though, he has a tendency of being wayward sometimes, and when he gets wayward, he stays wayward for the rest of the over. So I'm hoping for the sake of the Titans, we're searching for another victory over the Risers as well, hoping for their sake he hold his line. But if he gets knocked around, he tends to be bowling all around.
Indeed. So it's going to be Andel Gordon to Lewin. Ball down the leg side. Lewin tried to help it on the way. Wide signal by umpire Tolo, and quite rightly so. So another single towards the score. The score is up to 22 for 1. Only wicket to fall was Daniel Beckford. He went bowled by Christopher Lamont. Andel Gordon very first delivered was a weird delivery down the leg side. Current run rate 10.5. Required rate 8.13. Good delivery, punch back towards the bowler. Andel Gordon himself field, and there is no run.
So that's a better delivery from Gordon, though. The batter has made the ball back up the track. That's Lewin. He's 1 from 4. But the fact is that this bowler can work up some pace and some movement, though. But he tends to get indisciplined. If he holds his line and length, it will be great for the Titans. If not, it will be great for the Risers.
Indeed. Bowl him, clean bowl. Oh, Andel Gordon, he just took him 2 deliveries to get his name on the wicket column. Beauty of a delivery there by Andel Gordon.
Well, we're moving Lewin, and Lewin was not onto the pace of that delivery. We told you before, he has some pace under his belt, and he can deliver them wicket to wicket. That's a good brute of a delivery. This from this young man, bowling the right-arm pacer. He delivers on the day, getting the second wicket of the match, 22 for 2. Good start from this young man.
Indeed. Perfect delivery to the batter in Lewin. Got his biggest stump knockback, and the new batsman is Lionel Morant. Lionel Morant, vast experience player. Play for the Kingston team. Kingston Cricket Club is Morant. Scored century in all format of the Jamaica Cricket Association competitions. So he's no mug with the bat is Lionel Morant.
No mug.
No mug. But at the moment, the Risers are in a spot of bother at 22 for loss of 2.
Well, whether a spot or not, they're in some bother though, to be honest. And Andel Gordo will be continuing with some pace. Morant, and you said before about experience, as two experienced campaigners. Therefore, the Risers are at the wicket at the non-strikers end. Herman Henry, and I said before, he's suited for this game. And Morant, who can play some really good shots, but also can be vicious with the bat in his hand.
So the field for Morant, there's a man at point, there's a square leg, they have a straightish mid wicket, there's a cover, there's long on, long off, deep mid wicket, extra cover, Andel Garden to Morant. Good delivery, beaten outside the house by a beauty from Garden.
Well, Morant is feeling for that delivery, though, to be honest. Was nowhere near it. I want to see that again, though, to be honest, because that was a brute of a delivery from the left-arm pacer. I was outside the off stump. Need to go a little bit closer, though, to be honest. Can move the ball into the left-hander. I think that's what he was trying to do.
Garden to Morant. Beauty, beating all ends up once. This is beauty so far by Andel Garden. 1 for 1 in his very first over.
Moved away from the left-hander, though, to be honest. It can, I mean, evidently it can bowl into the left-hander, but what he showed a short while ago, it's bowling away from the left-hander, troubled Morant somewhat. I thought Morant was thinking the ball was coming in more so than moving away. And it seemed like Morant was finding a fly than playing a shot.
Indeed, it looks that way to me. So 65 runs to get from 44 legal deliveries. Good square leg is in place for Morant. Beautiful delivery ones were beaten outside the off stump. They're a decent line outside the off stump to Morant.
That's what I was saying, though. If he starts on this tread, he'll cut this tread, but once he gets knocked around the park, he's all over the place. His concentration goes. Once he's on this, you'll see him continue on this line and length. That's one thing about this young man we have seen in this tournament so far.
One thing for sure, Skipper Davis is looking. He also have a slip in place.
Why not?
Andel Garden to a whoosh outside the off stump. No connection through to wicket keeper. So at the end of the third over, the score is 22 for the loss of 2.
Well, someone is saying, though, in the crowd, not me. Let me just point this out, not me, man. Maybe Morant left his spectacles in the office. Maybe that's why he's not seeing the ball properly. And let me just point that out, point blank. It wasn't me who said that, though, to be honest. He was playing at these deliveries from Gordon, and it was nowhere near them. That's one thing. However, good bowling from this youngster, the left-arm pacer. And Morant was second in every single delivery. Like he was running at 100 meters, and Morant was second all the time.
All right, Christopher Lamont, 1 for 7. Andel Garden. Be Christopher Lamont to continue. He will be bowling to Herman Henry, 33-year-old out of Portland. Saw him in the last game scoring 46 vital runs for his team to carry his team across the line to win. Another 65 runs required. 2 deliveries as Henry turns this one towards the answer. Chance of a run out. Hits. Is it gone? Is he gone? Not outside by the umpire. I tell you what, I like to see that on the replay. That was very close there, Sean.
Yes, it was. But Henry reached back according to umpire Tolo. Let's look back on the bowling by Lamont. Went forward. Umpire said no. I can't see from that angle properly, though.
Lamont to Henry. And he's back driving this out to cover. Good feeling there, but can't prevent a single. Good at cover. So another single.
Well, I thought he could have done better with that, though. Stop. Could have, the other fielder was moving to his left. Could have thrown the ball back into his path for him to throw it at the non-striker's end. That's Raymond feeding to his left.
I tell you what.
Could have found Raymond. Raymond throw it.
Indeed. I tell you what. These two batters are not running pretty well between the wickets so far here, Sean. Lamont to Morant, wide delivery down the leg side, and quite rightly signaled by the umpire. Bad line delivery there by Lamont. He's 1 for 9 in his second over. 10 wickets so far in this competition is Lamont, leading wicket taker. Morant not yet off the mark from 4 deliveries. Morant is pulling the ball down to the backward square leg, and a good feeling here.
Let me give you something though. The Raymond actually thought that he could not take the catch. What he did was back off because the ball is going to drop and turn. So you don't know if you attack the ball, if you came close to the ball will turn away from you. So turn, so you could actually stop the ball from going in the boundary.
Right, so anyway, back drive straight to the man at cover. Seemed to be Captain Wayne Davis, and there is no run. 25 for loss of 2. We're in over number 4, being bowled by Lamont. He bats one to the left of the man. Excellent shot. Feeling on the part of an.
Well, guess what? He's a sweep. Is darting to his right. I don't think he was going to die though, more known for his bowling, and he watched the ball going into the boundary. I was hit hard though, to be honest. Thicker than that to cover the ground.
Good placement by Henry. Lamont to Henry, and he's punching this one out to cover. Morant was slow to react to that single, but in the end, a single nonetheless. So at the end of the 4th over, Surrey rises to 30 for the loss of 2. So it's going to be his first over win for just a run and a wicket. Three deliveries, I beg your pardon, to Lionel Morant, the off stump. But this time around, he will be bowling to the experienced Herman Henry, who is 6 from 7. Lionel Morant just a single from 5 deliveries. So we're in the 5th over. Another 57 runs required from 36 legal deliveries here, Sean.
A difficult task, but not saying they can't do it.
Good delivery there by Andel Garden. I tell you what, Sean, Andel Garden is peering some quick deliveries in.
Let's see that again, though, to be honest. That was a brute of a delivery from Gordon into the right-hander, Henry. Don't know if we'll be able to show you that again. Look at it now. Oh, that's a Yorker length going across the right-hander.
Garden, it is to Henry. And it drives sweetly out to mid-off. Good feeling there by Ronaldo Ingram. Excellent bit of work there. Limits the batters to just a single. That was good work there by Ingram.
Yes, indeed. Driving to the long-off region. And to be honest, the throw was brilliant over the so than anything else.
That was good cricket on the part of Ingram. Andel Garden for 1 for 2. What a spell so far there, Sean.
Well, let's see if it will continue.
But pitch on the line of stem, load up. It's given. He is given a leg before wicket. So Andel Garden gets his second wicket. Lionel Morant goes leg before to Andel Garden for one. So the Surrey Risers are 31 for the loss of 3 at Kensington Oval.
Gone getting his second wicket though. Let's see that again though, to be honest, because everyone was surprised. The two batters in the middle, they were surprised. Oh, he came across the stumps though, to be honest. That's the reason. He came across the stumps. It hit him on the pad, but he did come across to make some space to play on the onside. But it hit him on the pad. He's plumb.
Good decision by umpire Tolo.
Let's look at it again. Coming across his stumps, you see the leg stump that's there. It's been exposed and hit him in front. He's out.
I tell you what, good decision by umpire Tolo. One thing for sure, umpire Tolo takes his time there, Sean, to make his decisions, and they are perfect, executed by umpire Tolo.
I wouldn't jump and say perfect just yet, but Andy Gordon so far has taken 2 for 2, and he will be continuing.
Excellent bowling performance so far by the young prospect Andel Garden. So Christopher Lemon, 2 overs, no maiden, 15 runs, 1 wicket. Andel Garden, 1 over, 1 maiden, 2 wickets. Excellent bowling performance by Garden.
And bowling to Shane Roberts.
Roberts, a new batter. He's out of the parish of St. Thomas. Short delivery steered down to the wicket keeper. I don't understand what Damian Bryce was thinking there. The batter is in his crease and he's showing the ball on the stumps.
He's watching too much, what I say, Test cricket, Ashes. Bear Stewart could tell you a thing or two about that.
So another dot ball by Andel Garden. He's 2 for 2 in 1.4 overs. What a spell so far by the man called Andel Garden. Garden. Good delivery, good Yorker length delivery there by Andel Garden. He continues to bowl well here at Kensington Oval.
That's what I'm saying. Once he's not been continue on that trend. Did he get a bat on that though? Did he get the edge on that?
That ball was quick. One thing for sure, that ball was quick.
Heard 2 noises though.
The wicket keeper Damian Bryce couldn't call it keenly. That was quick. Garden it is. Didn't bowl. So there's some adjustment in the field made by the captain. So the field for Shane Roberts. There's a long on, there's a long off. There's a deep mid wicket. There's a deep backward square leg. And there's extra cover. There's a cover, there's point, and there's a mid wicket. Good delivery there. Hit him on the pad. Chickens down to short. Third man to the wicket keeper. Damian Bryce runs across to do the fielding and only a single. So Andel Garden's spell comes to an end. So after 2 overs from Andel Garden, he is 2 for 3, Sean.
Well, he came off the bat a short while ago. So brilliant bowling from this young man, left arm pacer with some pace, with some steam bowling in. This for the Titans. They're searching for another victory. They're 3rd in this competition. So the Risers are searching for their 3rd victory. I see his figures of 2 for 3, while Lamont 1 for 15. The 2 successful bowlers so far in terms of wicket taken. Chisholm none for 14 from 1. Only 3 bowlers used so far for the 5 overs bowled.
One thing for sure, in the maiden wicket column there, you see Andel Garden bowling a maiden. That is surprising at this level. T10 cricket.
Is it surprising though? Is it really surprising? So Pottinger, the new bowler. So 5 overs are being completed. So Pottinger to bowl in the 6th over.
So another 55 runs required from 30 legal deliveries.
The ball to Roberts. Coming forward, playing the ball on the offside. Either coming in. Oh, misfield. It's by Gordon. They go through for a single. Gordon, who's bowled excellently, not necessarily the greatest fielder out there. This for the Titans. And a misfield, handing them a run.
One thing for sure, the batters wasn't looking at single there, but Anil Gordon gave it to them.
Risers. Henry trying to sweep round the bend. It's in the pads of the wicketkeeper. They go through for one and a wide, so two wides.
Badly line delivery there by Roshane Passenger.
So two wides, two more runs to the total. Oh, into the pads of the wicketkeeper, Bryce. Pottinger once again. A beaten outside the off stump. A wide signal by the umpire.
The bowler, Pottinger, not happy with the signal of the umpire.
Umpire Parchment handing a single to Riser's cause. Oz tried to punch outside the off stump, though miss all ends up. We're talking about Roberts, who has faced 6 deliveries for 2 runs.
Good bowling here by Pottinger.
Pottinger again. Ball played. Intention played on the onside. That was the intention. Ball turned into the right-hander. Played the ball back down the track. A dot delivery from Pottinger. If the inner half of the bat goes on the leg side, they go through for one. One is all they get.
This is a good over so far by Pottinger. Just the 2 wide deliveries. And the 4 runs so far from 5 deliveries. Good bowling so far by Pottinger.
Well, 2 wides, a single and a wide. Pottinger once again. Henry facing up. Pin the ball on the offside. They go through, jog through for a single. And Bryce darting down. Had options to throw at either end, but both batters were home. So still at the end of the 6th over, bowled by Pottinger. His first. Score stands at 38 for 3. The Risers, Henry on 8 and Roberts on 3. They're in search of 88 runs for victory, searching for their 3rd victory in this Dream 11 Jamaica T10.
So just 49 runs to get there, Sean. From
Just 49.
Just 49 from 24 deliveries.
Well, I love how you put it, though, to be honest. Just 49. It's from 4 overs to go. Going in the 7th over of the innings. I've seen the Kings rule this morning, winning their 6th match on the trot. Taking the lead in the points tally over the Royals, who are absent on the day.
So Chisholm will be operating. He will be bowling to the experienced Henry.
I love it when you say that, though, to be honest. Experienced Henry. Seems like that's his middle name.
Could be not. So just the 24 legal deliveries remain. 49 runs to get.
And then Gordon all smiles. Oh, pulling somewhat that string. Only pulling on the leg side, though, that delivering from Chisholm.
Good slow delivery there by the man out of St. Mary, Jermaine Chisholm, who is none for 14 in the 2nd over.
So 14 runs coming off that 1st over. Short, pulling once again. Another dot delivery is from Chisholm.
Over.
Well, if you're a fan of the Titans, you must be liking what he's doing so far. This delivers outside the under Henry, the experienced campaigner, you may say. Chisholm, Henry coming down the track, punching down the ground, and evading not one but two fielders. Going into the boundary for 4. That was straight down the ground off the bat of Henry.
Welcome boundary for Herman Henry and for the Risers.
So Henry has moved on to 12, while the score now to 42 for 3. So the mid-on fielder darting over to his left can't prevent the boundary.
So 45 runs required from 21 deliveries.
Or the long-on fielder, I should say, in the meantime. Coming down the track once again. Trying to swing the ball on the next side. Maybe he did a little bit of ballerina, though. When you see he plays for that shot, he goes on one leg. And twirl.
I think Henry should stay in his ground, base up and let the cricket ball for 6.
I want to see that delivery, though. Chisholm pulls out the run-up. Let's see that delivery before, though. I want to show you the artistry of Henry. Because playing that shot was on one leg. Here once again is Chisholm. Oh, a slow delivery from Chisholm. Fooling all ends up. Shot way before the ball bounced. Very smart bowling from Chisholm, who 14 runs came off his first over.
And just the 4 runs over the second over. Excellent bowling by Jermaine Chisholm.
We're expecting not for this over. Henry. Chisholm through for a quick single. And just 1 to the tally. And to close out number 7, the Risers searching for 88 runs for victory. They're 43 for 3 at the end of 7.
One thing for sure I can say, that's an excellent over by Jermaine Chisholm.
Yes, indeed it is. It was actually a good combat, though, to be honest. The 40 runs came from that first over. Just 5 runs coming from the second.
Oh.
Well, not to do it. He did it a short while ago. Got a bowling start, and Gordon taking 2 for 3. Excellent. Lamont 1 for 15. He has moved now to 10 overall. And Chisholm none for 19 from his 2. Pottinger none for 6 from 1 bowled. Let's see who the new bowler is. Will it be Pottinger to continue? Yes, it will. So Pottinger's second over. This is the 8th over of the innings. Pottinger bowling his second. 43 for 3. Bowling to Henry. Oh, trying to paddling round the bend, though. They go through for 1. They're going to come back for the second. No, they're not. So that's 1 to the tally. To paddle him around the bend, you may call it.
One thing for sure, Pottinger first over just went for 6 runs as well. So this is a good final set of overs by the Middlesex Titans.
Well, let's see. That first delivery went for a single. You're bowling to Roberts. Has not been negotiating the balls or the deliveries. A beat outside the off stump. Beat the wicket keeper also into the boundary for 4. And did it come off the bat? Yes, it did. Come off the bat, edging past wicketkeeper Bryce into the boundary for 4.
Welcome boundaries for the Risers. For the last 2.5 overs, this is the first boundary.
Oh, Henry playing. Flighted delivery. One playing on the offside. Fielder coming off the boundary. They come back for the second. And no, eventually they do, because it was more throw. This to the wicketkeeper Bryce, who had to backpedal somewhat. And again, the fielder, you know who it is?
Andela Gordon.
Oh my word. We said before he's poor in the field. But let me just change that from saying poor. He's very poor in the field.
Indeed.
Andel Gordon, an excellent bowler, great figures, but not necessarily in the field. If I was a captain, I'd ask him to rest. The ball played down the track. The fielder coming to his right, collecting on the bounce. They go through for 1. 1 is all they'll get. Remember, the total here is 88. That's what they need for victory. The Risers, they're 50 for 3, midway of the 8th over.
This is poor running between the wickets from the Risers, in particular Herman Henry.
Well, let me change that to 51, though. Let me not stop at 50. Pottinger with 2 deliveries to go to close out the string on the next side. It should be a wide, so says referee Parchment, pardon me. Maybe he's a football referee somewhere. Parchment. So one more run to the top. Quicker delivery. Peel off, and he's gone. Brilliantly done in the hands of Lamont. And Herman has to go. H&H, he leaves the party, but the scoreline stands at 52. 52 for 4. The Risers, they're searching for 88 runs for victory. You said before they're in a spot of bother, but the spot has certainly grown somewhat. There's no need bleach and something else to take out that spot.
Indeed, the new batter making his way towards the wicket. Gordon Bryan. We spoke about Gordon Bryan last week. He's not known for his batting, but he certainly can hit the ball a long way there, Sean.
Well, that he did. He's going to join Shane Roberts at the crease. Robertson Bryan was there, one delivery to be bowled by Pottinger. Come out the outer half of the bat, though, finding back with a point. Lamont willing to accept that. But many persons are saying if it was Bryan that was there, he would have gone for 4 or 6.
Indeed, he can hit the ball a long ways, Bryan.
Oh, you don't understand what I'm saying? Not Bryan, Gordon, pardon me. If Gordon was a fielder, they've gone for probably 4 or 6. I'm just saying, I'm just joking, though. But I'm not throwing any goat moat at anyone. Pottinger once again to the new batter, driving wide off the bowler down to the long on fielder. They go through for 1. 1 is all they get. They close out the 8th over. The Risers searching for 88 runs for victory. They're 53 for 4.
Another 34 runs to get from 12 legal deliveries.
Well, Bryan is off the mark, the first delivery he has faced. Do you think they can get it, though, to be honest? On the Titans?
They can, but it's not going to be an easy task.
Well, no task is easy, no matter how easy it looks. Done has to be accomplished. The 2 batters there, Bryan and Roberts. A new bowler being introduced, looks like Brooks. So Brooks is a new bowler.
So just the 2 overs remain for 35 runs. The new batter in Gordon Bryan is 1 from 1. Cashin Roberts, 10 from 11.
Well, guess what? Brooks a new bowler. And I'm glad that your calculator has been stepped up somewhat. And just doing the trading run, if you want to call it that. But the fact is, you upgraded your calculator. I'm glad for that. It's a tabulation all over. 12 balls to be bowled. 88 runs needed for victory. Ball swung down on the... Oh, the long on fielder diving to his right. They're coming back for the second. And there's 2 more runs to the tally.
I tell you what, Sean, that's an excellent work on the part of Ronaldo Ingram.
So the fielder, a long on fielder darting to his right, has played pretty close between a long on and a deep mid wicket.
33 runs to get from 11 deliveries.
Oh my word. Here once again, Brooks bowling to Bryan. Point to be implemented. There's a feeder backward square. There's no third man though, or no shot third man. There's a huge gap that is there between point and we can keep out fine leg. Deep backward square. A fielder at a square leg boundary. Brooks, going right through to the wicket keeper. A dot delivery, a quick delivery, a good delivery by Brooks. So I'm looking to see who's in the field or who's not in the field. So they're checking if a no ball will be signaled. A no ball of how many persons are in the field. Here's Brooks once again from that no ball was called by umpire Tuller. Fielding restrictions. Ball played on the onside. They go through for one. They're coming back. They're going to come back for the second. They are coming back for the second. The throw. 2 runs off the bat of Brian. Fielder coming off the boundary. Square leg region, just ahead of square. There's a huge gap there. There's no mid wicket that's there. You're saying?
Poor attempt there by the fielder. That should be just a single.
Brooks once again to Brian. Punching this time a little bit harder. So this should be one. He misfields and a throw. A poor effort in the end, though, to be honest. But nevertheless, they cross for 2 again.
I tell you what, Sean, this fielder out there is struggling at the moment.
60 for 4. They're searching for 88 runs for victory.
Good move here by the skipper. Moving the struggling fielder from deep mid-wicket towards the mid-on area. And the experienced Gopi is placed at deep mid-wicket.
So Pottinger was struggling in the field? That's what you're saying?
Exactly.
Oh, my word. Just want you to make sure you're saying it, though. Not my voice alone. Brooks. Oh, in a half of the bat onto the pad. They go through for one. It's scampered through for a single.
Good over so far by Charlton. Brooks. Excellent bowling so far. Just conceded 8 runs so far in the first 4 deliveries.
2 deliveries to go to close out the penultimate over of this Dream 11, Jamaica T10 at Kensington Park. The second afternoon.
Indeed, indeed.
Once again to Roberts. To go through for 1. And 1 is all they get. The fielder diving to his right and middle, preventing a second or third or fourth.
So 26 runs from 7 legal deliveries here, Sean.
Can they do it, though, to be honest? That's a big question. As Brian facing up to Brooks once again. On the leg side, behind square, the man there. And throw went over the bails, and the wicketkeeper took off the bails, and the bat, the square leg umpire lifted his finger. That's umpire parchment, and a 5th wicket to go.
Who is the fielder you think there, Sean?
And I was saying to you, I was about to applaud the fielder because it was a clean collection, and then the throw was made on the bounce to wicketkeeper Bryce over his bails. He whipped it off. The fielder was just languishing somewhat after completing the first run, but a 5th wicket to go. 62 runs on the board.
So Andel Gordon.
So Andel Gordon his best field competition.
Thus far. So the new batter.
So Gordon coming across. The applause for Gordon. Finally, yeah, a thumbs up from Gordon.
So Gordon Bryan will be in strike for the final over with 25 runs remaining from 6 legal deliveries.
Well, can they do it though? Can they do it? That's a big question. The big man, Bryan, the bowler. Gopi is the bowler. All ball played down the track. The man at Langon moving to his right. And that's one. Oh, that's one. And that throw, that's a very hard throw from the Langon region. Right to the bowler Gopi. 1 run from that first delivery of 6.
One thing for sure, the risers haven't been running good between the wickets thus far, Sean.
Not at all. What we've seen so far, the team that had batted first have won. We saw that with the Kings earlier this morning. And now, just maybe, the Titans, they could win their 3rd match in this affair. Gopi. All ball played on the onside. Campbell, they go through for 1. They're going to think of the second, though. But it's not on. Oh, that's a brilliant throw over the stumps. Right to wicketkeeper Bryce.
I tell you what, the Middlesex Titans are pumped. Good. Ingram, excellent.
Seen it from 4 deliveries. Can they do it? Can they?
Not possible at the moment.
Why is it not? 4 sixes. And going for the first spilling on the outer half of the bat. They go through for 1. And a throw. Brilliant throw. This by who?
Andel Gordon.
Oh my word, he's on a roll. He's on a roll. He's on a roll. Andel Gordon is on a roll. Finishing off strong. So it's out of their grasp now. 66 for 5 with 3 deliveries to go.
And 22 runs to get.
All Gopi has to do, don't bowl a no ball, don't bowl a wide. Looks all around, so arises. The ball swung in the air, it goes back, goes for 6. The fine leg region, that's a 6 off the bat of Campbell. 72 runs on the board.
Once you're going after the ball, go with all your might. That's what Campbell is saying there, Sean.
Yes, indeed. They're checking with the scorers, official scorers. So 2 deliveries to go. Gopi, a slow delivery. The ball popped up in the air. The fielder settles to his right and drops it. Lamont drops it. I can't believe Lamont drops it.
That was a sitter of a catch. Christopher Lamont at the backward point here. Put down a sitter of a catch here, Sean.
Oh, my word.
I can't believe it.
Oh, my word. Look back on the replay, though. Been on the outer half of the bat. Lamont settles, but the ball did not settle in his hand at all. Gopi, final delivery. Ball played to the mid-wicket region. And just 1 run to the total. Oh, brilliant throw over the bails.
By who?
You tell me.
Renato Ingram.
So it should be 74 for 5 to close out. So 13 run. 13-run victory. I don't know why everybody's looking across. I made an error in the first game, though, but don't kill me for it. 13-run victory. This is for the Titans. They batted first, scoring 87 for 5. Risers responding, making 74 for 5. Let's see the scorecard here before we depart from Kensington. Big up to the entire crew here, the broadcast crew. We're happy to bring you the Dream 11 Jamaica T10 day number 9. Lewin went for 1, Dan Beckford for 18. He top scored in the innings with 18. Henry 14 And the other batters in double figures, Roberts bowled by Charlton Brooks for 11, and Brand was unbeaten on 12. So those were in double figures in terms of the bowling. Great bowling from Andel Gordon, and he was great in the field at the latter stages. So 2 for 3 from his 2 overs. Other successful bowlers, Lamont 1 for 15 and Pottinger 1 for 16. So on the entire on behalf of the entire broadcast team, we were happy to bring you day number 9 of the Dream 11 Jamaica T10. We'll be back tomorrow for day number 10. It's the Dream 11 Jamaica T10 happening at Kensington Park. We start at 11 Jamaica time. It was a blast to bring you 2 beautiful games.
Mr. Meredith.